Welcome, y'all. You now know. You now know. Ghost Rider Rafe. What's going on, y'all? You now know. I did a pre-shuffle. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Blessings, Ashe. Hey, welcome, Capri. Welcome, Sacred. Greetings, y'all. Lydia, welcome. Wish Pappy. Wish Goody. Yo, Joe, welcome. Supreme, welcome. Intuitive Flow. We tap the fuck in. You feel me? Yeah, I got you. I got you. Say less. She said, bring it because today has been wild. I should. Yo, shout out to y'all for liking the video upon entering, washing your hands, respecting this humble abode, this spaceship. For real. Welcome, blessings, Evelyn, Hannah. Welcome, y'all. Evelyn, thank you for your currency exchange, my love. Blessings to you always. Blessings. Today definitely was different. What's going on with y'all? Talk to me, because right here, like I did a pre-shuffle as I mentioned, right? The fortune card that came out was Thief, number 24. Let me get all of this together over here. Now, shit. Here we go. This is card number 24, Thief. 24 degrees is actually connected to Pisces as well as 12 degrees. This came out also Pisces, which is also the 12th house, Neptune energy. So this is speaking of things that have been hidden. This could also be for decades that this has been hidden. A particular piece of the puzzle has been hidden. And because it has been hidden, your life evolved the way it did. You have here, along with Pisces that came out, these four cards came out together. So this is strong when it comes to a foundation. There are two mutable signs, one cardinal, and one fixed. And the two mutable cards are actually polar opposites. So I'm gonna put them in. This is how they came out: Scorpio, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, we are actually in the 13th hour of the day, and it's a moon hour. So we really gonna tap into this with the cards that I have that I made here. It says, "Be what you want to attract." And love never gives up. So this right here, just with those few cards that I just showed you just now, this is an energy where it's like with the eighth house, you got, first of all, you have fourth house Cancer, eighth house Scorpio, 12th house Pisces. These are all karmic energies, karmic houses, basically. This is where you'll have a lot of like your past life energies or things that occurred in the bloodline and things like that, generational wounds. And then we have Virgo, which is connected to the sixth house, which is about work, co-workers, your dreams. This is also connected to your health. Okay. So I'm getting the message already, not allowing things to rob you from your joy, because we got the thief card here. Some of you are, for yourself, wasting the art of time by not fully going into what it is that you know you must do because it's uncomfortable. Especially with this Scorpio card here, transformation, Pisces, things that are hidden, the unknown, and then Cancer speaks of the root of you, your foundation. Okay, this is also connected to your ancestors. So this is basically like if you knew a particular piece of the puzzle, you can automatically shift what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, people definitely want to test me and make things harder than they need to be. For me personally, I've had a wave of deep aggravation and frustration hit me at work, but I couldn't pinpoint it where it was coming from. It came and went. I allowed myself to cry, beautiful, and it just dissipated. Love that. Okay. Welcome, D. Many blessings to you too, my love. And it says here, I've been in high spirits ever since. Okay. Yeah, that's really on point with even like the messages I was pulling earlier. I got numbers 4321, who is like God, that's connected to who is like God, 2548, seasoned, and then we have 3043, God makes known. Now that number 3043 also connects to those who went against Moses and Aaron in the Bible, as far as basically this is a Bible of someone knowing who you are, but portraying to be who you are, knowing that they don't have the capacity, confirmation, knowing that they don't have the capacity, that when it's time to go to war, they're nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, because they've been so focused on wanting to up one on you type of vibes. And now that it comes the moment to be that, non-existent. Now, that can cause aggravation. That could also be the aggravation that has come across ancestrally or within the ancestors. Is that even the word? I think it is. Whatever. Okay. As far as like ancestral wounds, that could be a scenario. And going back to what I posted yesterday on Instagram and Twitter, it was, let me just read it so I'm not paraphrasing it. Because this is part of like things that are swept under the rug but not actually handled. And then sometimes you all now in this generation, you pick up on these frequencies. You think it's something that's going on in your current life with the current people that you have, but this is something within the blood itself. Within the blood itself. And mind you, today's galactic signature is the red overtone earth. And the affirmation is, I empower in order to evolve. There's a lot of situations where people are not evolving because they have been disempowered and empowering themselves, and empowering oneself means you stepping into a space now where you're being selfish. You're bringing yourself back to yourself because you have given, you have been selfless in so many different instances, and it was just basically an energy that was taken, like your cup that was full. You gave it to someone, all they did was take it and pour that shit back out. So the affirmation, I empower in order to evolve. Commanding synchronicity. Now, this is tying into connecting, rather, into the message that you've been hearing so far, as it's pertaining to you being the affirmations, you being the synchronicity, which will happen in the zone of being selfish. Nothing wrong with it. Ish is something like, and ish is coming up after self. So getting back to yourself, something like self. Now, that ish is detrimental when it comes to the food now, because you can't sit here and act like you're gonna take the journey of the food. The food goes through a lot of different phases to get to the end of it. Okay, so I empower in order to evolve, commanding synchronicity. I seal the matrix of navigation with the overtone of radiance. I am guided by the power of life force, guided by the power of your blood. Now, as far as biology is concerned, sperm cells, that's the blood of the father. You connect to that life force. This could also be something that's connected to their mother, their mother's mother, and also, the mother the womb that you were in as well, their father. I'm just bringing you to a space where you can see, okay, you can confirm within yourself and validate for yourself, is this something that's going on in my current dynamic, or is this something that is just part of my bloodline and it rises up within me because I have the tools to go to the depths of it to handle the matter instead of dealing with it. And I'm going to go to what I was saying here. Some of you may have already seen it's 2112 right now. I put here, when you let go of the pain, wounds, you are handling the root of the matter. To let go without handling, you are dealing with the matter and allowing it to become a frequency that evolves into a cycle. Dealing with it, but claiming to have let it go equals a karmic cycle. See, in your bloodline of outdated beliefs, by allowing nature to guide you through its design by the creator of all to be infinite and perfectly imperfect. Nature constantly evolves. To evolve is to handle all that you are dealing with. Okay. It's 9:13 right now, 21:13. So let's see what's going on here, because I titled this Now You Know. A lot of you have known this since you were a child. Some of you even study certain things in college to actually break through these cycles, but there wasn't really like that refined connection to realize, oh shit, this is why I did this. But now that you're here and we vibing, this is what you're gonna be doing. Okay. So we have the Empress energy and the High Priestess here. Some of you, this is having power, life force, a gift that others want but don't know the work that it comes with. And this goes back to previous generations where this may have also happened. It may not be so you know like pinpoint right now in your physical environment, but if you're the one with the gift, you're going to sense all of that energy that occurred in the past. And if it wasn't handled, it was just dealt with, swept under the rug, you're dealing with the mountain now. So much has been swept under the rug that it's turned into a mountain. Now, we already know how mountains work too. You can either see that as an obstacle or a point where you can see things from a higher perspective. But you can also clear that shit up too. You know what I'm saying? You more than likely will have to see things from a higher perspective before you sit there and start digging. Or as you're digging and cleansing out whatever has been swept under the rug, you're going to see things again from a higher perspective, not so much physically, intuitively, emotionally, spiritually, you will. Okay? This is also going back to forgive them, for they know not what they do, because I didn't know who I fully am. So, Mama Universe, I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my ancestors, spirit guides, and angels that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of the gods and goddesses that flow through me, as me for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, ashe, ashe. What I want you all to do, okay, take 4 deep breaths. Inhale for the count of 4. Hold it for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 4. And as y'all do that, I'm going to take these cards back up, okay? And we're going to see what comes out. We already know that's. Take a deep breath. Y'all gonna leave here with a different mindset. That's what we gonna do. Different mindset, different state of heart. Reconnect with the heart again. So that way you're attracting what it is that you want, as it said here. Okay. And this could even be from other lives as well, like not even having to do with the particular bloodline you enter into this time. 20, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. You'd not be surprised, but this is the beauty, but also the complexity at times of the DNA, of cells. Look at this. The rune of joy and light, hope, harmony, fellowship, kindred spirits, the fruit of one's labor, aligning with self, harmony between the ego and higher self, strengthening that link between the two, and the joy that comes through your true willpower, mastering the law of attraction, mastering what it means to reconnect with the heart spaces. Because for me, as you heard me say before, the heart doesn't open or close. It's just situations that will step you away from it because the ego wants to put you in certain positions or experiences to, come up with a solution. But sometimes, physically you get ridden by the ego just to do what the ego wants and never connect to what the spiritual meaning as to why the ego is doing what it's doing, and giving the ego more power than it's supposed to have, than it's intended to have. 919 right now. Red dragon. The power of birth here. Nurturing, being Neptune, the throat chakra. See, some of you, it's like you want to have a conversation with certain people about what's going on. Seems like some of you want to have a conversation with certain people who are karmic, because that full moon in Capricorn is really closing out a lot of cycles. Be mindful that in most cases, if you haven't heard from someone, or there's a conflicting energy when it comes to having that conversation, really go within yourself. Take the moment to self-reflect before you indulge in whatever it is, whatever action you are thinking of taking. Self-reflect to hear what the intuition, your heart has to say, your heart chakra, your throat chakra has to say. Because remember, Neptune is also retrograde. Neptune being retrograde is really going to get you to a space of the illusions that have been placed in front of you, and evolving into a delusion where you're believing things that are not even there. So this could even be people who have a perception of a way of who you are, and a way of who you are is not who you are today. It's a perception of who you were in the past, and those two don't even, you evolve from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're no longer a caterpillar. You definitely got wings right now. You're not moving the same. You're not moving as slow. You know what I'm saying? So slow down. Concrete jungle. See what I'm saying? Give me a moment. Right now, that's the BX for you, Blake. Bro. Motherfuckers out here wilding, bro. We got Sekhmet at the bottom of the deck, by the way. which is the wounded warrior. She wants you to release. She wants you to release it. Basically, that's that. It's like that right there was basically the conversation. Some of y'all, that's how the shit would have turned out. This is what I'm telling you to self-reflect, because there's no reason for you to be going back down that path. Focus on how much you have already done. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Focus on how much you've already done. It's like, you're at a point of expansion, and there's certain things and certain people you can no longer be around because the vibration, the frequency just isn't there. That if the universe sees that you're indulging and now you're giving off the signal that you're still that, and that is not even equivalent to where you have actually reached. And this is where you start, having these setbacks, where you're moving 10 steps forward, and the next thing you know, you're going 100 steps back. Don't let nobody put you in that space. Have your moment where you feel like you're going to say some shit, but I'm going to tell your ass something right now. If my Mars and Aries having ass can do it, anybody can. Okay? Because the way for me to chill is to come for your ass. Top of that, I'm a Sag. So if I can, you fucking can too. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay? Okay, what do I do? Yeah, I have my moment where I'm gonna give you that look. I'm gonna give you that face. Because at this point, I don't care who you are. Respect is respect. That's why I don't do the loyalty thing. I ain't about that. I'm about respect. Okay? Doesn't matter who it is. People in my family are realizing that as well. People that I've grown up with are realizing that as well. See, another thing is if you, because me, I'm the type of person that, and I'm telling you about my personal story because this is the way that I feel like you'll be able to resonate with it. Look at this. It'll be hard to understand because my jaw keep knocking. Okay. See, me, I'm the type of person where I'm going to make sure you're beyond comfortable. And if you have a moment in your life where you get uncomfortable, I'm going to be that person that supports you through that phase, because in most cases, people don't have that. But I've also learned in doing that I was that for myself in the most interesting way that I had to commit myself to realize, okay, this is what it is now. Okay, this is what it is. And the reason why I would, step back from certain situations, because I know how I can get if I allow myself to continue with what people are showing me the first time. Now, if you show me the first time a form of disrespect, and there was no reason, because I'm one person, I'm for sure, no, I don't give anybody a reason to do certain things that they've done. Because I'm not going to do that back and forth for people. If I feel like that energy can come across, I would never entertain you or be around you. That's on God. Now, if someone does something disrespectful, when it comes to my core values, we don't have to have the same core values, and I'm not going to get you to understand me. But you disrespect me once, I'm going to let you go. There isn't going to be any conversation about that, because you are mature enough. Okay, if you are capable to put yourself in that action, to say certain things, to think, because first you got to think about it and then say it. I don't fall for that shit where it's like, oh my God, I didn't realize I didn't say that. No, fuck you. You know what you said. You know what you said. Don't play with me. So stop letting people play with y'all. Stop letting people play with y'all, robbing you from your joy because they want to sit here and play these games and be manipulative. Or acting like they forgot all of that. Okay, I'm gonna really let you be by yourself. I'm not gonna have this conversation, because I'm real big on unconditional love, real big on that. It took me a few lessons to realize what that was. You know why I moved a certain way? Now I get it. Now I get it. You know what I'm saying? So don't y'all don't be letting nobody take y'all for no fool, okay? Yeah, take you for a foolish person. And I'm gonna say a fool, a foolish person. Like you ain't on this journey and doing what you're supposed to do to scan right through that and to see it before it even gets to you. The reason why it gets to you because you have yet to take a particular action to say no to it without explaining yourself. Like, down, it'd be hard to understand because my jaw ain't none. Let's see what else comes out here. What's this? She wants to be here, so we're gonna leave her here. Let's see what Sekhmet has to say. The number we got here is 121, 11, 11. Some of y'all, there's people have really been doing certain things to y'all more than 11 times, and you continue to allow because you have yet to respond. You've been reacting, but you haven't responded yet. The response will handle the situation. Let me see what this 121 talking about. Mm-hmm. 121 Mark 121 AO Michael. I'm picking that up as Archangel Michael assisting you to cut these cords. Michael Jackson moonwalking. I am raw. 12. I'm about to say 1221. 121. 121 defeat. 121 addict. That's also connected to addict as far as addiction is also connected to Neptune as far as like drugs and things like that. Cheeks. Somebody might be by the nickname of Cheeks. Let me see. Magic Man. Let me see. A final call. 121. Yeah, some of you got to make that judgment call. It's your final call. So you can begin again. And there goes 144, but it's 414. Okay. And I feel like that final call is basically going in from Cancer to Leo season. Sheesh. Let me do this tarot card spread. I only said sheesh because I felt that switch. It was like tarot card. Let's see. Pertaining to what? Uranus, your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, awakening. You know what would help some of you as well? Take a moment and do a vision board. I've been doing that the last couple of days, and it really has helped me shift. And I'm grateful that download came through. This was, the day before on the 12th. And doing the vision board is something about seeing what it is that you want, using your hands like a magician. It's going to change your state of mind, even the frequency around you. Welcome, Fatima. Aww. It's great to have you here. So, let's see. Olive oil as well. Having a teaspoon of olive oil before you go to bed to help you cleanse out the system from any toxins. Drinking hot water first thing upon rising and right before bed, a cup of hot water. Like if you're boiling it for tea. Because as we have that Pisces 12th house energy, these are talking about things that are microscopic, things that are hidden. And now this Capricorn moon, for real, bringing it for real. That's the World card. It's like, this is it. Look at this. Look at that. The 10th house. Some people can feel, for some of you, that you're evolving into this state where your achievements and the status of the outside world is getting to a point of what you consider success, not what someone else thinks about that, because you've done that before where you focused on what other people, felt about what success is. But you're here to change the entire dynamic of what that even means. Something about a yellow phoenix. I haven't seen the yellow phoenix, but that's definitely coming up here. Yellow phoenix. The man that holds the key of David. The Star of David, or the Merkaba. Mighty work complete. Yellow phoenix. Spiritual targeted individual. Okay, there's that. Let me see if there's anything else about a yellow phoenix. Oh, troll. He said, I do not troll. You're not a troll. People want you to troll. Yellow phoenix. Official phoenix yellow. This is a car shop. A shop in Ohio. We offer very unique assortment of industrial and repurposed home decor and furniture. Furniture store, home decor, interior design could be significant. It's like sources, like y'all need to focus on that. That's what you want to focus on, what you want to do, because all the big guns are coming out in terms of distractions to impose a restriction to get you to focus on something that is not on your path. So what is the message here for the collective source? It came out, the current situation came out like the challenge card. So for a lot of you currently, you need to let this go. Whatever this is, you need to let this go. Let me see. Yeah, this is keeping you at a crossroads. It's keeping you from taking the proper action. It came across this way, which is like basically you staring at the Three of Swords too long, like what has hurt you. And this is why these energies continue to enter your energetic space to do what it is that it's doing. So, okay. Remember, when it comes to restrictions, think of it as a workout. Resistance makes you stronger. You got two options you can really look at here. You can continue to look at the Three of Swords. Okay, your sword is already down for one. All right. This looks like normally this is the person laying down, but this way looks like somebody standing on a wall and looking at two options that they got with their sword behind them in another room. Your sword is in a whole nother space. So you're really focused on balance here, because the Justice card is either the sword or the scales. Handling it with the scales is more so from a spiritual perspective, making sure your heart is as light as a feather. So if you are making sure your heart is as light as a feather, what do you think the polar opposite to that would be? It's going to definitely be a frequency that's going to come around to distract you, preferably from your past, because this is the Six of Cups and the stained glass. Now this energy is extremely fragile. It's a stained glass window. It's extremely fragile. But it looks like you're more focused here on what it is that blocks you from creating. It's something. Okay, so it's like you want to do something, you want to create something, you want to take a risk, but some of you are really focused on the past. Or this could be energies around you projecting that onto you. You gotta know, you have to know what is and what isn't. You've been on this journey long enough. Marriage here is involved. This could be a married couple, or this could be, you know, you stepping into that phase. Look at this shit. False person. It came out sideways too. Two. This is done and over with. This shit's been done and over with. Don't allow the illusion or the delusion of it to creep back in. This can even be, your mindset as well. Yeah, the community. Some of you may have to um, switch environments or just do something different than you would normally do. Like change your pattern of doing things. That's the fixed energy. It's like a fixed sign will constantly have this particular schedule. Some of you need to deviate from a particular schedule that you have to see something differently. Because that same schedule, that same pattern that you're taking, it's also connected to, a point in your life that you are no longer a part of. But it still sends off the signal to the universe that it's still there, that you still are connected to that. So this is why you now continue to have those similar situations reoccurring, or something, similar situations. You see what else? What about this whole person in spirit? This shit done and over with. Coffin. It's time for you to enjoy your happiness. That was the room that we got that popped out as you all were taking a deep breath. The shit is done and over with. This is Five of Cups here, or Five of Wands, and these are all the elements, because candles, take care of all four elements. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. Look at this. It's time to close that house, close up shop. Because this house right here, this gate is closed. Expectations at the bottom of the deck turned around, but for whatever reason. Let's see this here. Let me see this here. Yeah, put whatever this was in your past foundations. Just leave it where it's at. Leave it in the past. Leave the past in the past. Only go there to see how far you've come, or what it is that you may still be holding on to that you didn't realize. But in doing that, don't get stuck there though, because that's very easy to do. Very easy to do, because it puts you back into what would be a comfort zone. Obviously, humans don't really like to be uncomfortable. But if you are an emperor, an empress, goddess, god, you know how to handle that. As long as you're still building your kingdom as a king or queen. No disrespect to king and queens though, but you would still have some work to do. This is why you would go to the empress and the emperor to figure it out. Tell me more about this energy here. Yep, rolling the dice. Take the mask off. What you're seeing right now is the truth. What you're seeing right now is the truth. So whatever it is that you're seeing, don't move like it ain't there. Don't trust your gut. Trust your gut on whatever this is that's coming up to the surface, because everything and everyone is showing themselves and who they are. Now, if this is again people that are coming back from the past, especially after you have disconnected from them. Some of you may have people that you disconnected from, and they're still looking to connect with you, like they don't get the memo. It doesn't mean that you need to sit there and have a conversation, because that's what people normally do to pull you back in. You have to know that by now. You know what I mean? Not that's something that you want to indulge in, because the moment you get going on a conversation, you got to ask yourself, are you strong enough to have the conversation and be able to let it go again? Because you let it go for a reason in the past. If it's something that you don't want to let go of and you want to rekindle it, that's up to you. Everybody's situation is different. You know what you fit, right? But self-reflect and make the wise decision using your discernment. But have this conversation, play it out as how you feel like it would go, what you would say. And in most cases, people are not going to be at that high vibration that you are at. Not to say that anyone else isn't doing this type of work, but if you connect to me, then that's where I'm going to take it. Listen, most people are not going to be in a space where they have people talking to them the way I'm talking to y'all, to make y'all see it in this whole different perspective where you not disrespecting nobody, not disrespecting yourself. You really seeing things for what it is and not playing around with yourself or anybody else or letting anybody play with you. Because again, people know what they do. Remember, it's the age of knowing. People know what they're doing. And if they want to continue to move like the age of Pisces and believing that they're doing this and they don't believe that they're doing that, you should already know off rip that ain't something for you to be indulging in. But you let that go with love though. Because that'll also be a lesson for you. To let that go with love where you're, the emperor and the empress don't entertain certain things in the kingdoms. That's what the kings and queens are there for, to handle. You know what I mean? So we got the ring here at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a commitment. I feel like this commitment is to yourself. Whoa, yeah. Definitely a commitment to yourself, especially if you've been sacrificing yourself for people. Now you need to take your energy back and claim your power back. You see the music that's popping through here. So now I'm gonna leave the card like this too for the current situation, the way we were speaking about it. I was also getting this message before I came on live that there are energies surrounding you to assist you from an ancient time to make a particular decision that's connected to that time frame or to that moment. What's the challenge here? What's the challenge here? What's the challenge here? Two of Wands. Perspective. And it's looking at the immediate past. So we're going to see. We're going to see what's up right now. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole story. It's a whole story out here. The energy out here is you know why that is too? The Crow constellation is literally right around here, like right above me. The Crow constellation. So it's like the past, present, and future dwells all around this area over here. I could go deeper into it, but let me see what this is here. This seems like the basis of this message. Two of Wands is Mars and Aries, which is looking at your world differently so you can make a decision here and then take action. And you better be moving on here. You need to ignite that passion within you about, why you're doing certain things. Ignite the passion of your purpose, because we got the Six of Swords, but we also have the Six here, but we have less passion, less fire, less creation, and more overthinking, more thoughts. It smells like a baby eating crackers. Like I smell a baby eating crackers. Wow. I'm saying a baby eating crackers, and we do have this mother here and a child moving forward. The universe is moving you along here. Oof. All of this was designed for you to know the way to heal yourself, for you to know what it is that is coming towards you that you may possibly have to heal yourself from, for you to know that you are a star. Some of you, this has to do with fame. Some of you, this really has to do with being well known within your community, because that card also came out. I feel like some of you about to sign a document, contract, because this is my Saturn finger, but it feels like a paper cut. So I don't have one, but that's what it feels like. This even feels like someone who was adopted, as I'm hearing that child cry right now. But where they went, wherever, if that's you, if you were adopted, wherever you went at first, or your experience as a child wasn't obviously the best. But that's all part of your story. Especially if you're here, if you're listening to me talk to you, you're stronger than you know. This is going back to, that conversation about going through certain things and being there for yourself. And I'm glad you're here. If that's some of you in here, I'm glad you're here. And I'm here to talk to you, let you know you're not alone in that. In the sense of, wanting that support, like somebody to genuinely ask you, what are you feeling? Like, what are you really feeling? You know what I'm saying? I don't use the how are you doing, because for me that belongs to source. How really puts you in this space of overthinking. People don't consciously know that, but the subconscious flows off of that. It's like it's a space that is connected to the divine, the how. But if you ask someone, what are they feeling? Now we have a conversation. We have a different type of conversation from how are you feeling and what are you feeling? Two different things. So I need some more on this over here. We got the 10th house. Look at this. We already know that this got something to do with your achievements and status in the outside world. Like, you're really here to show the world, tell the world your story. Ugh, yeah. I mean, like that. It was just like shit. There's a sudden enlightenment about your core values, not the values that you were taught. What are your core values now? Because the core values that you were connected to as a child led you to certain experiences. And we got Aries coming out here. First house energy. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading, impulsive action is likely. For some of you, when it comes to work, you could also be changing that out of the blue. Yeah, definitely. We got the Virgo card at the bottom of the deck. Something about Jupiter and Pisces, while it's retrograde, tying up loose ends, is going to help you to make a change, possibly by December, Capricorn season. Some of you may have been thinking about that. Go for it in terms of planning here. It's like the universe wants to see you do what it is, get in alignment by doing what it is that you're asking for. We got the Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Okay. Because right now, the way this feels, it's like, you know what I mean? That literally, like, what the fuck is going on right now? That's exactly what this feels like. It's like, what the fuck's going on right now? Not in the sense where you have a direct emotion or response to it. It's just like, literally, like that. Like, there's no words for it. Okay. Oh, dark night of the soul, of the heartbreak that some of you are still sitting on. Literally, this is what I'm feeling from this. It's just like, because we know this is Capricorn vibes, right? And each of these four corners is talking about a completion of all of your lives. This life, a previous life, a different lifetime as a different being, whatever the case may be. Okay? This is why meditation and self reflection is important, so you can really get to the bottom of certain things. Granted, there are people that are coming towards you with this type of energy because they don't meditate. That's the first thing you want to do. Like, somebody came to me the other day while I was at the park, basically asking me about my core values and the Bible. I said, what this full moon at that? And for me, life is symbolism. So immediately I started scanning old boy as he was talking to me. Young boy. He probably thought I was his age too. I'm 10 years older than you, but whatever. Age don't mean anything, but you was moving like somebody that got a lot to learn. And you found the one you wanted to talk to, but you didn't know you wanted to talk to me. So he's there with his wife and his children, which was the first red flag. It's like, why are you coming towards me to speak to me about a particular topic? I'm going over what exactly was going on to get to the point. So I'm looking at him. He has a shirt that has the loading symbol and it says, I think. I said, oh, there goes red flag number one. You're still in a thought process, but in a thought process where you're not even connected to your heart, because the way you're speaking about the Bible is off. And how do I know? I asked him, do you believe in astrology? Do you understand astrology? Do you know astrology? He was like, yeah, but it's dangerous. I said, here's what I'm going to tell you, young man. I asked him how old he was. He said 23. I said, okay. I highly suggest you look into it, specifically a Saturn return, because you're going to remember this day. You're going to remember this day. And I'm speaking to you as the person that's 10 years of you from now. See, you have a lot of maternal wounds. Mind you, his wife is behind him, sitting on a bench, doing whatever she's doing. He's talking and talking and talking and wanting to tell me certain things about the Bible the way people who are closed-minded would. I don't even have to go so deep, so detailed into it. Y'all already know what that is. Someone who doesn't understand, overstand astrology and coming to me about the Bible. And I said, do you know that the Bible is a book of the stars? And then he asked me the $1 billion question. Do you believe your God? I said, oh. As he's talking, I'm noticing that his wife walks off to go to the restroom. And as he's talking, I'm like, instead of you having this conversation with me, because if you were truly in a divine union, one, you should have never even left your wife and your children to have a conversation with me, because for one, you don't even know me from a hole in the wall. So I asked him, where's your wife? He goes, she's right there. I said, you sure? Because she had walked away and gone a long time ago. You so focused on wanting to it's basically like somebody who wants to recruit somebody, but the way he was doing it was misjudging a different type of, knowing or belief. See, that's the problem with a lot of these people that are religious and the way they talk to people. A spiritual person is going to embrace all aspects. I said, you have a lot to learn. I said, but be very mindful of where you're finding yourself and butting into people's conversations. I was talking to someone previous to him who apparently spoke to his wife about something, basically like giving, like a messenger would. And he basically came to me to tell me that what the person was saying was not true. I was like, you don't even know what the person was talking to me about. Problem number one. Two, you don't know who I am, but I'm going to tell you something right now. And as I'm telling him this, there's two pigeons, but they're all white. I said, look back, look behind you. You see that? This ain't my first time here. This ain't my first time here. I know who he is and I know what he's saying. And if he said something similar to what he told me, which was amazing, and you're telling your wife that ain't true, oh, I know exactly who you are. I'm going to tell you something right now. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. I said, you know why the world is the way it is today? Because they have disregarded the matriarch. I said, that's why we live in this world that you call sins. Stepped into class thinking he's the teacher and met the master. You feel me? Come on now. I said, look at your shirt. That's exactly. I said, look at your shirt. You're still thinking. I've already processed all of your thoughts a long time ago, not just this lifetime. He goes, you believe in reincarnation? I said, I believe in plenty of things, but I also know what I believe in. See, you're still thinking. He looked at me like, and still wanted to talk to me as I'm like, go get your wife. That's who you need to talk to. Go get her. Who knows? It when she wasn't there, it felt like a woman that was looking for an escape on some real shit. I'm like, I said, I'm glad. And mind you, this is when I decided to go to the park exactly when the sun was in opposition with the moon, exactly at the full moon. I decided to walk to the park. I was like, yo. And that's the message for a lot of y'all too. Whenever you feel the need to go outside, it's for a reason. There's these hidden souls that are connected to people in their spirit, but there needs to be a connection. It's like it's if you have a star, right? You would be that person that holds all of the other four corners for them. I was like, this little boy. There goes that story time. I said, you know what? And the way he was like, but can you wait? I want to talk to you. I was like, you sound like a straight up demon. I was like, don't let me say three more words to you because you're going to see exactly who I am. I let you go already. I let you go already. Now turn around and go get your wife. Now, for me, in my journey, I looked at that situation as okay, this is also part of a portal that I'm able to enter where there was other people in the park. They probably didn't even see us because that's exactly what it felt like too. It's exactly what it felt like. And why do I say that? Because I didn't walk too far. I look back and I don't see him anywhere. I'm like, I was like, just as quick as your wife walked away, you fucking vanished too. I was like, this ain't the full moon. This ain't the moon phase to be doing this. But yeah, it is. But I'm glad he encountered me. He knew not. Yeah, he thought he did. Listen. I was like, oh, that's what we do as source. Let's roll. Let's roll. 10:01. And I was covered in olive oil too. I was like, listen, man. What is crowning this message for the collective? This is what I'm saying. Like, and you know what's wild too? Because that happened to me personally. Like this was happening externally now. which is the beginning of a new 12-year cycle. Okay? Because around that time, around that age bracket, it was wild because the guy that was talking to me kept telling me he thought I was 23. And then a young man happened to be 23 years old. I was like, I'm already like, boom, 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 connecting the dots and noticing what's going on. I'm like, oh shit, this is the entire karmic cycle coming to a complete fucking end in a different way, though. And this was what I was going to tell y'all yesterday, but I was waiting for the moment to say this. Good. Now you know this is the fucking truth. What's this card? Crowning the reading right now. On my way to that park, okay? On my way to the park, there's roadkill on the ground. It's a big ass rat, but it's also the babies. I said, I have never seen such a fucking thing in my life. There's one thing to see a rat ran over, but the babies also out there too, like the ones it was pregnant with. That shit looked like a biology class and a dissecting lesson. So this person comes to me. The man he was older than me, with the most powerful message that shit brought tears to my eyes. And that's the thing. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Y'all hear me say that, but yo, really focus on what your body is telling, because that's what I was mentioning to y'all about me going from a 6 of Wands to a 7 of Wands, like that. Because as soon as I had that moment of glory through that conversation, okay, immediately after, this motherfucker comes walking toward me saying, "Hi," like a Jehovah's Witness, not it, whatever, like how they approach people, the same way. And I don't know which Jehovah they witnessing either. That's a whole nother thing. But listen, my soul felt alive. That as I was walking towards him, I felt like I wanted to take his fucking head off his shoulders. I was like, why are you coming to me? But I'm not going to say that to you off rip, because I don't know why you coming to me right now, per se. I'm not going to sit here and I'm just living. I'm just having an experience. I'm not even in that realm where it's like, I know what you coming here for now. Because if I was, I probably would have gave me one of these. So, nonetheless, there's a major transformation that's happening here, y'all. Major. Regardless. Regardless. Doesn't matter what you thinking about doing, what you're not going to do. Change is inevitable right now. Inevitable. Okay? Some not going to make it. I'm going to just keep it real. Some not going to make it. Because the frequency is at a different level where you have to be on deck. It was just 103.51. A woman came to my door in the same frequency. I know what type of time she was on. Yeah. Like the agents are out. And I told him, I was like, let me tell you something. There's a lot of portals open. You know what I'm speaking about right now? He was like, yeah, I know what you mean. I was like, you know what else he had the nerve to tell me? That he's a prophet. God shows me things. I was like, God ain't showing you shit. And watch your mouth. Because you ain't no fucking prophet. I'm a high priestess. Do you know who you're talking to? Obviously you don't. But you wouldn't. Because you're a false prophet. Don't come over here with that. I said, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. But let this be the last time you walk up to anyone in that manner. Let it be the last time. And that's your final warning. See, there's times where I get in that mood. This is what I mean. I'll get in that mood. I'll scare the shit out of you. I'm not here to bring fear to people, but some people just really listen. A prophet would never. Like Junior Reed was saying, when it comes to the Rastas, that's how they see it. It's the high priest, high priestess that literally keeps the prophet and the king from clashing. It's some other level type shit. Now, we got this truth card at the bottom of the deck, and we got the Two of Cups at the top of the deck. So here it is now. This moment is to clear out all of these karmic connections that don't allow you to, be in these partnerships of love with co-workers. If you're working still this 9 to 5 life, obviously you're going to get to a space where you realize what's what, because the world's going to shift like that too. So really having these connections where you can have a conversation without feeling like there's a competition or someone feels intimidated or this, that, or whatever, because there's a lack of self-reflection when you step into that mode of, you know, connecting with people. Self-reflection is a gem of gems, but not a lot of people doing that. Not a lot of people doing that. So when I saw that rat and I had that situation, I was like, yeah, I know exactly who that was pertaining to. It's like, to me, with like if you're a person with, heavy Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy in your chart, be ready, because it's gonna get real out here. It's gonna get real out here. Spiritually, it's gonna get real out here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you experiencing that. You had a little taste of that shit today. That's all that is. That's all it is. Remember, you a warrior though. It says here the energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely. But you see how the sword here is down and the sword here was also down as he was looking at this? Follow your instincts of your higher self. Although that sword is literally connected towards the solar plexus, which is where the ego also is, but you have enough experience on your belt to know what it is that, stay committed to your path and don't entertain your interest. That shit is a bill anyway. Let's see what's in your immediate future here. Immediate future. Shay. See what I'm saying? Page of Wands in the Sun. As long as you stay committed to your path, you're always going to have the wand to see the light, to see the happiness, to see the joy. And this is also a message that's coming in for some of you that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. This could happen during Leo season. This can happen during Leo season, which is right around the corner. New moon in Leo is also significant as well. Let me see. What degrees is that? Where's the moon at right now? The moon is in Aquarius at 13 degrees, which is Aries degree. Aries? Yes, Aries. The new moon will be at 5 degrees. All right. Sheila Nakula Matata. Oh, time. Mama Universe coming around here with the machete, boy. Eesh. Leo 5, keeping up with things that can be all consuming matter because everything changes all the time. There are always fresh angles to master. And when you are coming from a very old space, it's not easy to shake yourself loose and become the next thing asked. To do it, you may have to turn yourself into a super high powered accomplisher, converting ancient ways to radically different eras. You are personally, privately one way, and publicly and personally another way, turning it on to suit the occasion. The karmic performer in overdrive, hustling to catch up, at times compelled to rely on tricks, frantic to cover all bases to be everywhere, pushing yourself to learn how to operate within a contemporary world that is alien at a loss, yet also gifted, bringing with you from the heart of nature such jewels and wonders that the world may ask, why do you cast your pearls before swine? But there are moments in the journey when doing whatever is called for becomes its own reward, even if the pace is grinding and the recognition sparse. Something bright abides and sustains you beautifully. Yeah, some of you, like with this Aries energy, look here, like it's time for you to speak up when you're supposed to speak up on some real shit. Obviously, use your discernment because not everybody's in their right frame of mind. Granted, nonetheless, you are still protected. I'm not even gonna say I wish a motherfucker would because that shit do really bring this type of energy where people do confront you and then this you don't want to put yourself in that. That was like one of the quickest ways for me to learn, you know, life and death are on the power of the tongue. Your 10th house is in Aries, 5 degrees, the degrees of Leo. And moon degrees, Leo, 5 degrees. Because 5 degrees in Leo speaks of it's 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 like um liquid assets like type of energy where money comes quick but it goes quick too. It's like for a short period of time. So you got to be careful being impulsive. Be careful being impulsive. So there's definitely a message that's coming in for the collective here. Could be a Leo, could be Leo season, but this is like the final piece of that puzzle that we was talking about at the beginning of the live that gives you the inspiration because now we got 3 wands and now we can match this vibration over here though. Although they're different sides, but it's like this is really like going back and forth to see what actually fits where you're going next. Okay. Once you meet that, it's like you can bring this is giving me the vibes of the South Node as well, where you realize that you're living the South Node life doesn't mean that you close that out. No, you just take whatever is necessary to fulfill your fated journey, your North Node. So bring in the balance of the dragon. Okay. Some of you are really gaining a deeper perspective of your journey as a healer, as someone who is a star. And you know what I'm getting the vibe of too? This is why you see certain artists when they have that moment of glory, you hear these stories where they separated from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Literally tried. Trying is an insult to doing. You feel me? Welcome. I wanted to laugh, but I'm not gonna front. I really wanted to just grab him and throw his ass into the pond, but I was like, chill. That Mars and Aries was ready. You feel me? I was ready. So you better not. You better just talk to the boy. but talk to the boy. It didn't. My thing is, it didn't even feel like it didn't feel like a person either. It was one of those moments. It was one of them. It was one of them. When I say them, it's always one of them. And they realize, oh shit, she remembered. She's not gonna go back and forth. He gave me that look too. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to lay these predated ancient soul hands on that ass. I promise you I did. I said, nah, we gonna chill out. We gonna chill the fuck out. We gonna chill out. Look at that. Firefighter sirens, Shango energy. So yeah. Let me look at this some more because as I'm talking, these cards are showing a lot of life up in here. Let's see what the advice is. We're gonna be here for a minute, so I don't know what y'all got going on with Red tonight, but I'm gonna be over here vibing. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, what's the advice here? That looked like the Empress. What's the advice? Nine of Wands, Saturn, Moon and Sag. Give me one more card here because it speaks of the wounded warrior. And you remember, you do got Sekhmet here. Ah, shit, I forgot about that. I ain't forget, but I was just like, eesh. That's literally the energy that came through too. The destroyer of all enemies of the sun god Ra. And that's what 121 was saying too. I am Ra. And here it goes. Sun god Ra. So if Ra is here, let's see what Ra talking about. Because there's something about this here. Yeah. Some of you are waiting for this message to come in. But you have to use your energy to call it in. Not your thoughts, not the thoughts. Your emotions, the energy and motion that's flowing through you to call this message in to give you the clarity that you're looking for. Okay? Because after the Four of Swords is the Five of Swords, which speaks of a conflicting conversation, but it's also a victorious conversation. It can be quite confrontational, but that's also going back to Libra because it's Venus and Aquarius, Five of Swords. And Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Second house, your finances, your possessions, your emotional security. Seventh house, your partnerships that you've encountered. That's allowing you to really see your growth that you have actually had, but it comes to a confrontation. You would normally put your hands on that ass, but you didn't this time, or you would say something to really, some of y'all know how to say certain things to take somebody off and to really go there, pushing somebody's buttons. And what's happening possibly is that's coming back around to see what you're gonna do. Are you really gonna step into your deity energy where you're just like you're the babe, you're the child of a deity, operating as a deity, but the deity that is protecting you is handling it for you. It's a different world, Let me see what Ra talking about. Sekhmet and Ra. What is the message here? Yeah, big time. Because Bastet is more so nurturing, which the other card does speak about that, the red dragon. Okay. But you step into that nurturing energy once you balance the entire dragon, your dragon. North, North, South, no. Specifically speaking, these cards almost flew out of my hands. What's this that popped out? Look at that. 10 of Wands. Shit. Which is this? Let me see. 10 of Wands is Saturn and Sag. But here, this is about the boundaries you're now setting when it comes to the truth that you now know. It's like your truth comes with an activation of additional powers. The Ten of Wands, the Upturned, the Jed, uncertain victory, oppression, illusionary success. This speaks of the four pillars. The four pillars of society are being broken down, so that way the collective can reconnect with nature, with source. That's going to be quite the scenario, if you ask me. It's already happening because the way I place this on the table is in reverse. And especially with the immediate future, Page of Wands. I'm getting this message of some of you have a book, right? That you have by you that you haven't looked at in a while. Just open the book, and there's something on that page that you open the book to. Oh, wow. The Ten of Pentacles, but it came out in reverse too. So this is like that which has already been established, but not for the people, is being torn down here. Because that also connects to why there are certain belief systems within certain dynamics of family, why people decide to connect to certain people as friends, or go to certain schools, or pick certain degrees, or have certain jobs, or find themselves wanting to date this type of person, to be the rebel. It's so much shit. What else here? Look at that shit. Ace of Pentacles, the one card that came out upright. It's a brand new beginning, a whole new world. Look at that. Four Wands, a whole new foundation. Let me see what this is saying here. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. The emblems of power, income, advantages gained from merits that are not one's own. Legacies, yeah. So that are not one's own. So this is connected to some of these wealthy families that are actually wealthy, not because this is an energy that is connected to their ancestral lineage. And that's another reason why that ice cream truck keeps coming around with that jingle that's actually connected to slavery. That's a garbage truck. That's a whole garbage truck right there. Yeah, all this stuff that has been established 123.30. That shit going in the garbage. And this mama universe is throwing shit in the garbage. Because look at that. See that? It's like the ancestors of the sun are now coming in to help you. This is what I'm saying about these ancient deities that are connected to you because it's part of your bloodline. They're also here to help you. Like some of you have family members that are not actually your family members, but they are part of your life in this lifetime. And that can also be one of those wake-up calls where you're like, oh shit. But you won't say anything about it. Because that's a conversation that you can't have with somebody who's not awakened to that type of way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And you are one who knows that you are here a particular mission. Okay. This is directly a message for someone in here who's a chosen one on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. You experience homesickness from a different galaxy or a different star system. And it's not to say that you don't love the people that you came into this world as part of your destiny, but this is going back to, seeing things at a soul level, experiencing things at a soul level, spiritual level, not so much the physical, because the physical has created so many different attachments. And these same attachments, it causes this inability to make wise decisions, basically a decision based off of the obstacles and challenges that you had. The Ace of Pentacles here speaks of the glory of Ra, winning success, glory, winning success, glory. And remember, the Ten of Wands was speaking of uncertain victory. And the fact that it came out in reverse, it's basically a victory. And this is the victory here, the Ace of Pentacles, winning success and glory, which is here in your immediate future. So, like I said, this transformation that y'all about to have, your immediate past is the Star card. You were basically on this journey to realize the fame and glory that is within you because of the higher power you're connected to. Many of these establishments and structures that have been set up are not actually connected to the Most High the way they speak about it. If they did, then it wouldn't be this type of misjudgment about who's right and who's doing this and who's wrong. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. So he said, they know. I'm listening to I suppose. Look at that, 6-6, the 6 of Wands, and this 6 of Pentacles with the World card under that, and the 3 of Cups. So there's definitely a celebration at the completion of the cycle here. Let me get some more here about the 9 of Wands as the advice. Any more? As we were talking about the spiritual, now using the key that you have from all of this spiritual knowledge you have. I have is Taurus energy, second house. You have the lessons that you need to learn about what to not go back to. Trust in what it is that you have been studying, what you have been developing when it comes to your own core values, so you can now have this emotional fulfillment. This is also the embodiment of your inner child and who you are now, divine masculine, divine feminine, the baby divine feminine and baby divine masculine all coming together here in abundance and fulfillment. $11.05, 6 of Cups energy. And I just saw the 5 of Swords, and now we have here the Emperor. So this is definitely reclaiming your power after a conversation and realizing that you don't have to have that conversation, and reclaiming your power that way. Some of you are used to having certain conversations to get out of something, but that's not what you're here to do anymore. What's in the environment here? That was quick. Yeah, look at that. What's in the environment is the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are walking away, even if that means that for a moment you feel like you're being left out in the cold. But no, in reality, what's happening is you're reclaiming the power of your mind of who you are, so that way you can truly get to what it is that is established and supported for you. Queen of Swords here. You've gone through a lot where you would have your, you would guard yourself. You would put a wall up when it came to being open and receptive, but now you got to let that go. And this is, you got to let that go. They go 5 of Swords for your ass again. Okay? This is what you're observing right now. Do you really need to do this, or can you just walk away? If you have this conversation, what I'm getting here for some of you, this energy that you see where people are walking away won't happen. They'll be walking right with you, which is now becoming this 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, and you're putting yourself back into this position. On that. So, literally, as I picked it up, it's like this now. Follow the Queen of Swords this way. Don't let her cut you all out the picture. look at this as my aunt. She can either, grant you access to evolve, or she'll throw your ass to Hades. You decide. Look at this. Look at this. If you go, you're walking towards. This is the fulfillment of yourself, the soulmate of you. You realigning with your soul, because this is Venus, and Venus is an inner planet energy when it comes to your natal chart. Core values in Aries, core values about who you are. Make decisions based on the core values of who you are, not what you were taught to be. Because what you were taught to be put you in a position to have to, go through certain confrontations unnecessarily. But it was what it was. That's the truth. It was what it was. When it comes to what you're doubting, it's being revealed to you. There's no need to doubt, because they look like the moon card. From a glance, it looked like the moon card, but I'm going to just let y'all know right now, whatever it is that you're doubting, there's no need to doubt anything, because everything's being shown right to you in your face. It's part of the divine timing for you to realize that, so you can step back into your power here. Mama, new person, slow down. Mama, Queen of Cups. With the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Now that speaks of Cancerian energy. There's definitely a change here in the foundation. I'm telling you, this change is inevitable. Why is the Tower here with the Queen of Cups? Why is the Tower the basis of the Queen of Cups? Because the Six of Cups, it's time for you to receive a gift or have reciprocity in love. It's time for you to connect with your divine partnerships in love, social relationships. Why is this here? Ace of Wands. With the King of Wands. There go that Leo energy again. The Scepter of Horus, the beginning of an undertaking, initiative, creativity. Some of you are going through an initiation. Isis. Let's see what Isis got to say. Yeah, Three of Swords. Some of these cards moved over. What about the Three of Swords? The Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Swords is at the basis of your reading right now, which means moving forward with the guidance of the universe. That's not an easy thing to do, because that means you would have to trust your intuition. It's not going to be comfortable. But you're really going to put yourself at a disservice being comfortable. Yeah, they're taking you through a soul retrieval. Initiation for soul retrieval. You got the Holy Grail. You have the Holy Grail. Whatever you're doubting and you're fearing, you got to remember you're holding the Holy Grail here. It's on what I'm getting from this too. Is like Source wants to know, did they choose wisely to choose you? Divine Sisterhood. And that's Hathor, Sekhmet, and Bastet here. Well, Isis, I think that they have it as in this. Divine Sisterhood. This could also be going back to what I was saying before, where you have family members, or we have family members who look at you in a way because they may have had the opportunity to do what it is that you're doing or be the way that you are, but they didn't want to connect to that. And now that you're doing it, they're seeing it as, oh, it's really not that bad. But instead of congratulating you, they're tolerating you because they have yet to do self-reflection to realize why they chose not to, and to also realize that they can embark on this journey as long as they're willing to do what they must do or have to do for themselves. But if not, choose to be a hater, This ain't the time for it. What does it say here? Letting the divine feminine nourish you into new relationships, collaborations, community, and social relationships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born who wish to help you and whom you can help too as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. Your light has a value on its own, of course, has a value on its own, of course, but it is also of deep service when it's visible to others, lighting the way. It should feel like a video game, like you're going through these different levels to get the crown. Going through different levels to get the crown. You're being gifted with the Holy Grail, the scepter. You're gonna have to move differently now. It's 10:38. Remember, 38 minutes was the minutes for the full moon. Cycles have been completed. You are aware of this. A lot of the people that are coming towards you don't have these type of conversations or don't do this type of research, so you have to move that way. Not everybody can walk into the royal palace. Write down. It'll be hard to understand. Look at that. Temple of the Black Obsidian. Dark Healing Chamber. Hold on. Ashe Fatima, thank you for your currency exchange, my love. Let's see here. Let's see. Temple of the Black Obsidian. I feel like doing another spread after this. I ain't gonna front. There'll be times I just be up to like 4. I know y'all be knocked out. My ass be over here in the sky and shit. Temple of the Black Obsidian. The Temple of Black Obsidian is a ruthlessly honest place of raw love and healing, truly profound and lasting. Deep relief and transformation can occur here. Black obsidian is protective and revealing. It will prevent harm from external or internal forces, but it will also reveal that which has been lurking in the shadows of the self, trying to avoid being brought out into the open for fear of condemnation. The biggest challenge we face in entering the Temple of Black Obsidian is our own unwillingness to love and accept all parts of us. We here, you feel me? Ashe. You know, sometimes I be feeling like I'm just sitting here talking, just talking and shit. I'm like, that ain't right. Resonate with this shit. What am I just talking? But shout out to y'all though. Look at that talisman of potency. Work with them crystals. Some of y'all being drawn to certain crystals. Do your thing. Yep, magic and rituals at the top of the deck. Crafting a sacred work. Crafting sacred work. Let's see what the outcome is. Look at this. There's a tower. I'm telling you, change is inevitable. You can see her stuck, but it's time to close this out. Like this right here, this is Aquarius. Listen. The only thing you should be focused on is what you want. So that way, when the energy comes around to you and when the frequency aligns to meet up with who you are, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, you're going to what your vision board is saying. Not the last conversation you had. That got nothing to do with empowerment. That's one thing about me. To another thing. I tell you a lot of one things. Another thing. Another one. If it's not going to empower me, I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't. And people think I be no. You got nothing to say. You're toxic. If I just here's the thing: when you watch a soap opera, they are acting. Unfortunately, there are certain roles that actors have to go to therapy for because it actually becomes them. Like that shit ain't even a joke either. Like that whole Neptune way of connecting through the media, through the arts, and through that ain't just the camera now. But this is why you'll see a lot of people, who are in a public eye. You'll hear them get into more of spirituality than people who aren't. Then most of them don't say why, but the ones you know, and you know what you know what's up. When you talk directly to the soul, you can't hear little words can describe how much it resonates. Ashe. Cause my ass be feeling like I be rambling sometimes. So we got some messages coming in. Let's see what the outcome is. A reconciliation, the love, someone who possibly juggled you in the past, put you through this space of depression. We already know. Most say, I'll be like, I don't want that shit. But now this person is moving like a king of wands and wants to bring in an offer. Well, they must have had a vision or a dream where source was like, you tried the right one to realize you got the wrong one. This is Three of Pentacles right here. This is also talking about online. Okay, so this could also be some of you who are making a decision to start a business online as well. Go for it. Congratulations. It is divine timing is at play. Okay, definitely with the Devil card here. Speaking of work, 10th house energy, you've gotten all of the enlightenment necessary to move forward with this. Okay, and this could also be the message that comes in that's going to be victorious for you. But obviously, you're going to have to walk away from something. The moment you walk away from something is when you step into this new beginning here. Change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. Let me see. Let me just clarify this death card that crowning the reading here. Why is the death card? Why is the death card here? The Queen of Swords. If I'm not mistaken, in this deck, the Queen of Swords speaks of someone who really tried you. Like this is somebody wanting to take somebody out type shit. Physically, mentally, spiritually. They ain't realize who you were, huh? People can do this through spells in terms of words and conversations that they're having with people. When I speak of spells, I'm not even talking about like really doing like conjuring up shit. I mean like conversations that people have. That shit is a spell. Mm-hmm. The Lady of Revenge, difficult character, sterility, rancor, loss. Listen, that's bringing me back to the rat over there. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck. This could even be people who really distracted you from whom it was you're supposed to, be with. Like this is a vibe of like having conversations with people about, who you might be interested in to step into a commitment. And this person always has an opinion about the way they feel about this person being with you or who you should be with when they don't know shit about you. This could also be people that you allow to do this because of a previous connection that you have with them, but they are in no space to make that decision for you or feel like they have to say certain things where it seems like they're making that decision for you. Nonetheless, you're going to make the decision yourself because it's you. But some people tend to not date certain people because of what someone said. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Three of Pentacles. The same person you may have already disconnected from, and they're coming back around. They can send you messages online to reconnect with you because they want to act like they don't know what's going on. We have here, this speaks of negotiated advantage, reascension, celebrity. Look at here. Some of you're this is what I mean about connecting to someone who's a star, or you are the star, or both. You know, a lot of you go through these experiences because you got the sun and the star here in your environment. Is the 10 of Pentacles with the 5 of Pentacles. This is an energy of someone who steps into world-renowned fame and has to leave everything and everyone around them. You had this vision. We get that message a lot. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. You know what I'm saying? It's resonating. It's some of you, this is part of your calling, which is to be, you know, in the limelight. It's your calling to bring your energy out to the world so everyone can see, because you are a chosen one. You ain't come here to be behind the fucking curtain. You are the production. You're not the production team. You are you're well likely both. You was the production team at first. You got it also with this Scorpio energy, it does speak of other people wanting to invest in you as well. And that's part of the celebration here. Let's get another spread. Let's see what else we got. Like when it says your time to shine, it's your time to shine. Some of you, your next thing, or this is a confirmation for you as you're doing it. You just need a little. It's okay to do what you have to do, to release who you have to release. If it becomes something uncomfortable, just cry it out. In most cases, it gets a little bit, it turns more into a burden because you're holding on to the sadness of it. You know, just release it. Do what you must do to release it. Forgive everybody for what they've done, because forgiveness is for you, so you can let that load off and go to work. Do what Source, asks you to do. For real. And this is for those of you who were on your journey before this moment. These same people didn't have patience with your process. This isn't like everybody. This is specifically for those who didn't have patience with your process, that once you get to where you're going, now they want to be back in your life. No, you do whatever you want, but that wound is going to creep up on you again. That's part of where people sweep things under the rug and they don't realize how detrimental that is to their life. Now, it's not, I'm not saying it where, I'm telling you, you got to cut these people off. No, I'm the projector placing this situation onto the projector so you can see the bigger picture and what's going on within, to realize, wait a minute, you being who you are and allowing that energy back in is going to strike a nerve. The only way it's not going to strike a nerve is if you're sitting there dealing with it. And say, well, people do this and people do that. Yes, people do, but people also know what they're doing too. You can only control you. You don't know if these people have actually done the work, okay, to be in that position. And you have to be so fine-tuned in your spirit and your soul to recognize if they have, because some people will come around, and you can bring them in to where you're going next. But that shit is not for everybody. And it can get a little tricky when it's people in your immediate family too. But you got to do what you got to do, because those are the same ones that were willing to kick you while you were down along the process. Never forget that. Forgive, but you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? And then want to congratulate you and say, I knew you could always do it. Mm-mm. The first impression is the most important one. And I come with that perspective because I observe a lot. And I'm just like, all you really had to do was be patient with that person. But see, everybody wants shit to happen fast, which is why a lot of people trust someone outside of them to heal them. Because most people are not going to do the herbs or being in the sun to heal themselves. You know what I'm saying? And allow the process to unfold. They would rather pop something, a pill or some shit with side effects. So think of it that way. There's going to be side effects. Okay? Ashe, congratulations. So, and it's not like it's not like you are going to bliss these people, but this is like really having them in your environment. Like, I come from a space where there's no need to have that fluctuation towards one another. That when you see the results is when you want to change. Nah. That's where some of these rules and these commandments that people are reciting go left. Told you I'm gonna make you think about shit in a whole different way now. Because your action helps another too. You know what I'm saying? Perhaps you taking them in once you get to that level doesn't allow them to do the work that they got to do for themselves and self-reflect to come back, and be around the glory that you're experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So look at that human design. Get more familiar with that human design, yours, baby. What book you're reading with me? We here. Natal chart, human design, whatever it is you want to do. Let's see. What message do you have here for the collective? It's all love nonetheless. Unconditional love. Shouldn't even have to say unconditional love. Partnerships. And we have radio communication. There's communication coming in about a partnership regarding your journey. This is all part of your path, the noble path, access to inner advice and outer compass, following the heart, and protection while traveling. What else? Definitely. Growth, rebirth, the birch, Berkano. Sanctuary, plant life, mature wisdom, healing, safety. The most obvious truth is hidden deep within, and only you will ever know it. This rune also strengthens the power of secrecy, works of concealment and protection, and also helps with containing and holding other powers together. This is also regarding motherhood, healing, gardening, child raising, and the womb. 216, Seven of Swords, and we have 1 month. I feel like a lot of you are going to be overstanding the deception and deceit in your life and the envy that you've experienced to reconnect with yourself here, recognizing yourself, that you're in the world but not of it, being receptive to impulses of the divine one. Mind, memory, learning, divine structures within humanity, the mind's eye, but do not be careless. Yeah, I'm getting from this too, like when it comes to not being careless, is if you are, and if you are, and you know that you are a divine one, you better move like that. You gotta move like that. Remember, the age of knowing and the age of believing, two different things. Two different things. A lot of people, receive that test as to trusting the Most High the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? People trusting man about the way to heal or protect themselves rather than nature. And now look at now. That's not so much of a thing. I mean, it's still around, but it's not so much of a thing. It's like, and this constantly happens, but people are in this perpetual cycle to have yet awakened to what's really going on and saying, wait a minute, what are we doing here? And I can get, to a point where I say certain things and it may seem like I'm being heartless, but no, some people are really out here without a soul. And this is a planet where it's being required that you have a soul. Awaz here, which speaks of movement, progress, the horse. This speaks of the animal whisperer, especially the horse being an animal whisperer for horses. But this could also be that you have this keen sense when it comes to hearing the words from the divine, hearing the words from the Most High. Okay? This is also speaking about a partnership where you and this person have telepathic communication, but it's telepathic communication that is of all densities within yourself, which now allows you to really be in an independent partnership here, a healthy independent partnership. And then what else you got? Eternal life, yes. Projector, message, Ashe. 6 to 9. So we have 1 month, 6 to 9 months here. For some of you, you want to focus on what it is that you want to do. Start with 1 month, being consistent with, doing what you have to do to stay on that path, to stay on track. Take that to 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then you'll see the fruits of your labor, your baby. Okay. Then we got toxic energy sent your way, backfires. Third deacon, I don't have a zodiac sign up here yet, but let's see. We have solar seal 11, which is the power of magic, the blue monkey. By playing, allowing your imagination to run wild and free like a child, and creating scenarios from all things and just doing you. And it says here, wake up. Your soul is rising with the frequency of the planet because you have divine guidance that surrounds you now of unconditional love. And it's also bringing you a partnership of unconditional love. This could have been someone you met a month ago or 6 to 9 months ago as well. Let me see if we get, let me pull. Wow, shit. Okay. I was going to the astrology cards to get the zodiac energy, but the card moved over and it said Pisces here. So third deacon Pisces speaks of the 10 of cups or Mars in Pisces. Let me give you the the stats here on Mars and Pisces. Hmm. I'm also getting this message for y'all about what I was saying earlier about people that you may have to put to the side for a bit is for them to take action and self reflect. You know what I'm saying? So you don't sabotage where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So Mars and Pisces. Pisces an emotional sign, and your strength with Mars in Pisces is your power to stir the feelings and grab the emotions. If you have this Mars position, you may be noted for your compelling imagination. Many artists, writers, and actors have Mars in Pisces. Enormously receptive to your environment, you store impressions in your subconscious and then produce them at the opportune time. You shoulder the responsibility of others without complaint. Intensity of feeling is evident in your sexuality. You are sensuous, have deep passions, and display a high level of fervor. You seek to involve yourself totally in a sex relationship, for this is a way in which you can draw closer to another human being. You may suffer disappointment in love. During your lifetime, you attract influential friends and gain monetarily from these associations. Okay, so speaking of that projector energy and then divine guidance surrounds you now, so you don't, step into those vibes of connecting with people that are going to disappoint you, so you have mastered or mastering the use and action of your will when it comes to the use of your imagination, you wanting to connect with people sexually and making sure that you're connecting with those that are for you and those that are not going to disturb your pattern of being divine. Aquamarine is also significant. Platinum Pisces speaks of the 12th house of secrets, sorrows, and self undoing. It's the ancient god of the sea. It is a mutable water feminine sign. The colors connected to it are pale green and turquoise. And Pisces is also half body and half spirit. Okay, so let's see what the tarot say. Oh, this is love. Mm-hmm. So this is love. Yo. All right. Let me go over here. Let me go over here so we can go over there. Always there when you call. Always on time. Baby, my baby. This ain't the song, but this is definitely the beat. Shane Brown's song. On time. What's the message here now? Let's see what the Zodiac wants to say. What's this message here about? I know we not doing this shit again. For real? This should be funny. Oh shit. Ooh. We're about to talk about the hidden secrets that are in the way of your achievements and status in the outside world. For some of you, this is why you went on the spiritual path, first of all. Kevin! Some of you used to be home alone a lot when you were little. Let me see what he's talking about with this. That's wild. 10th house again. Bueno. Can't let shit get in the way now, huh? Message. Move forward with an open mind, because some of y'all are walking around here pissed. Look at her face. Because you're a galactic healer. I'm telling you, you ain't from here. The people that you have are part of your destiny. Living light energy. You are living light energy. You speak a different language. That ain't even fucking words. But it's time for you to see the beauty in life. You have a lot of this shit ain't even ancestral wounds. These are galactic wounds. Sheesh. Galactic wounds. That's how you out here moving. Bueno. Welcome to my world. It's great to meet you. It's time for you to put your crown on. Open your intuition, divine will. Look at this. Open your intuition. Let's see if I can hold it right. Open your intuition, divine will. Let go of fear. Eternal union. New love is forming. Can I ask you a question? If the internet happens to shut all the way the fuck down, have you worked on your telepathic communication? Can't say that will never happen. Shit, a lot of people thought what happened 2 years ago won't ever happen. $11. Uh-oh. Ascended Masters and Shine. This is the number we got yesterday. 229. What was it talking about again? Because this got something to do with this 12th house energy over here. It want to pop up again right now. $229. My humblings. Hyssop. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. What I'm getting from this status and achievements in the outside world and the 12th house being here, 10th and 12th house being here. when it comes to your work and when it comes to your beliefs, you aligning the two, which means stepping into your purpose, you have become like this magical shield for people during moments of plagues. That's what I'm getting from this right now. Because hyssop in the Bible speaks of what they used to wipe the blood on the door so the firstborn wouldn't pass at the time that death was rolling around. It's used for purifying and cleansing sacred places and objects. It's connected to the mint family. Helps with respiratory conditions and for improving digestion. Native Indians use hyssop to heal wounds, bruises, and relieve muscular pains. So this is muscular pains, relieve muscular pains. That speaks of the shock going through the body here. Kind of like the reflex and shit. What if we don't talk about it? What if we don't talk about what you talking about? What if we don't talk about what? As I released the download many times over the years to prepare for that. Yeah. Highly suggested. Highly suggested. Suggest it. Because my thing is, it was brought about in the same space where CERN is. So, just saying. And technology is a way of a human being. Just doesn't have emotions. Humans are supposed to learn to move at a speed of light, but we're in a third density, 3D, that's just as thick in its density as a one-dimensional space, or one density space rather, because of all of the programs that have been downloaded and accepted. Ain't nothing to be afraid of. It's just fucking tap in. Just do what you're supposed to do. So you can start building the next day. That's all it is. But I just had a question. I just want to know what you gonna do. I don't know what you was talking about what if we don't talk about it. What you was talking about. Ascended masters and shine. Create open communication. Ascended masters said, you see that shit? You see it? Beldar, huh? You better put the fragments of the soul together. 33. It's an ascended master number, the master teacher. Balance will be restored. Yes, it will. However, I'm going to just keep it at that. I don't got nothing to say. Spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Okay. Okay. Let's get into this spread. I really want to know what you was talking about. All right. 10th house. Your status, achievements, the outside world. What is going on here? Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Five of Wands wanted to come out here, but I ain't ready for these cards yet. I'm still shuffling them out. Walking away from the drama. Walk away. Don't get blocked now. Shit. You still ain't saying nothing. Hey, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. What's this about, Source? I'm moving with actually pulling cards for it because this is speaking of someone on a journey, on a very long process to get to what it is that they're here to do. This is also the place of your midheaven, the 10th house. $229. God himself, Book of God. Let me see. Nebraska, Toledo, Cattle, Lighter, Nicolas Cage, Elites, Fascism, Enochian, Angel, Meghan Markle. 229, I'm Chiron. Okay. 229, God's Choice. 229, Syrian. 229, Harp. Whatever. Which is all about, the harp is also connected to the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HARP, which is a scientific endeavor aimed at studying the properties and behavior of the ionosphere, which stretches roughly 50 to 400 miles above Earth's surface, right at the edge of space, which is 12th house energy vibes too. Because the point beyond this world is the horizon, where both the air and the water meet. Current situation. Scorpio energy. Death, rebirth, 13. Which was crowning the last message. We are in a Mars hour right now. For 9 more minutes, and it goes into the sun. I'm over it. Strength card. Leo energy connect to the sun. What is this all about now? This is something that has to end here. But in order for this to end, you have to know what it is to end it. You can't end something you don't know, you're not aware of. Hangman, as I split the deck, which is Pisces energy, which is connected to the 12th house. I had to take this off. This got to, it's 11:22. Just got to a point where I didn't want to hear music now. I need to hear what this is. This shit. Yeah. Okay. You got the devil. Don't be lurking now. 9 of Wands here. Wanted to pull up. What's up top? Walking away here from what no longer serves you. What's in between? I just got a whole notification talking about spiritual unite, past life connections. Why are you cosmically intertwined? Okay. We have the Chariot, the Six of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. All of this was designed for you to recognize that you are a healer. And part of what you're here to do as work is to be a healer or have a spiritual way of, have a spiritual, I don't even want to say practice. I don't want to say practice. A business having to do with spirituality, basically. It's now divine timing. Everything was put into process for you to come up with certain tools. And it says, I am Chiron. When you come up with that solution, it's also connected to your wealth. Health is wealth, though. That's some real shit. Let's crossing this energy here. Clarity. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords is a some of y'all focus on something old here. This is a comfort zone when it comes to work. This is like doing something because you have to do it. Do that. But Source wants you to be more focused on what it is that you want to do, not what you have to do, because what you have to do is robbing you from your happiness. It is robbing you from being, having that inner child blossom where creativity is endless because the imagination is flowing freely. What's at the basis of this? What's at the basis of this? This could also have something to do with, okay. Some of you could even be going down memory lane where there was a particular relationship that made you do certain things in your life. Okay, because 12th house speaks of self-undoing, right? So this is also like one of those things where you just let it go without doing the self-reflection. It remains there. And with it still being there, it had the potential to also grow, but grow without it being nurtured. So it's kind of like weeds. What is the basis here? Weeds to a plant. We have the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Cups at the basis of your message right now. Wow. Surrender, because you're about to have a wish fulfillment. Let go of whatever this is. What is this with? Tell me more about the current situation and this transformation. Some of you really have to create open communication with your ascended masters because you are a galactic healer. You are a galactic healer, and it's time for you to shine like the star, the galactic frequency that you are, because you are living light energy. Living light energy. We got to get into that one. You are living light energy. See the beauty in life, spend time in nature. Understanding that everything is energy. The air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sound, animals, people, our thoughts. All of this is energy. Living light energy is positively charged and full of physical life, radiating its permeance throughout the universe. Cosmic and earthly energy is all living light energy as it stems from the celestial light source. All of creation, the cosmic Big Bang and its remnants make up the wonderful and beautiful collective of living light energy. It is pure energy that vibrates at its original blueprint. While energy is transformed, transmuted, and recycled across time, its living light energy hums in synchronicity with universal planning, university, something about university. All energy pulses its divine signature, with plants and animals also resonating with living light energy. The very state of their being, biologically unaltered, is an open receptacle to living light energy, with creation in all forms stemming from its divine beauty. Opening yourself to receiving living light energy requires a reconnection to the heart that wishes to be balanced and harmonized with universal flow and the divine source of all that is. Whole and complete, this energy now awaits you to integrate and unify your heart into all love energy. Currently, you may have discovered or reignited a passion for crystals and gemstones, water gardens, walking or hiking in nature, or gardening. These beautiful energies are encouraging you to connect with living light energy, to realign with your heart to natural beauty and the breath of life. Right now, see the beauty in life. The simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. All energy is recycled. Know that now you are changing your attitude in life, soon to emerge from deep slumber of transformation. I forgot the name of the song, but it's a song by The Weeknd. And it was around 2015, 2014. So, right now, see the beauty in life. The simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. All energy is recycled. Know that now you are changing your attitude in life, soon to emerge from the deep slumber of transformation. Surround yourself with living energy such as plants, crystals, and minerals to support your light body throughout this powerful transition. It's the only reason why I be suggesting people to, detox. Even if this is not something you're going to be doing for the remainder of your life, but right now, the energy is set up to where you have to be feeding your body with life to live the life that you are wanting to manifest. So, if you want to manifest a life of vibrancy and radiance and love and joy, you got to make sure what it is that you're putting into your body matches that frequency. You know what I'm saying? So, it requires discipline. Yes, structure, boundaries. That's Capricorn. That's Saturn. 10th house. Hey. And with the 12th house, some of you are going to have to sacrifice certain things because that's the sacrifice speaks more of having to do something because you have to do it. When you want to do something, that's more of a choice. That's the difference between a choice and a sacrifice. You can choose to sacrifice yourself, though. Now, the shadow aspect of the living light energy is hatred, dissonance, and exhaustion. The sacred crystal is celestite. The angel of assistance is Archangel Ariel. Healthy living, connecting to animals and nature. The affirmation, I integrate, which is part of Jupiter's energy, living light energy within my heart, mind, and soul. I am one. So, we got that, right? And this is the basis of your reading right now on top of what we just read. The King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. The moment you are able to surrender and just let the shit go, okay? For some of you, this could have something to do, because Nine of Cups always also speaks of indulging in something. So, you know, setting boundaries and balancing things out. Enjoy yourself, but make sure you're not overdoing it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Eh? You know what I mean? King of Swords. I'm gonna put this back because you still ain't saying nothing. So I already know what type of time you on. I don't even care. I do not care now. Nobody got time. This ain't the plead the fifth. What's in your immediate past here? Immediate past, Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Before I even go into that, is because the thing is, there are people that come to my channel from other channels, but people got to realize I'm not those people, or you're not going to get a similar message in terms of the vibes and frequency. I got my way of doing things and my way of connecting to certain energies, and if the vibing what it is, then nah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that one. Okay, I'm not that one. Like I said, respect over loyalty over here. You feel me? Cause I done that shit way too many times, where I'm just like, let me just no. We ain't doing that shit no more. Okay. Energy is fluid. Fuck that. Two of Cups in your immediate past. Okay. Which speaks of Venus and Cancer. So core values about feelings here. Let's see. Yeah. Connected to love and partnership. Why is the Two of Cups here in the immediate past? Why is the Two of Cups here in the immediate past? Nine of Swords. This is okay. This is like someone who was hurt in the past and began to say, I don't want love in my life, but not realizing that closes doors in other areas of life, because love is everywhere. If you enjoy what you do, there is a frequency of love there. Just because someone, did something in the past doesn't mean that this is going to continue to happen, unless you're constantly attracting that type of energy as well. Okay. Why else is the Nine of Swords here? It's been a long journey. Because with the transformation card coming out first, and then the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups as the challenge, which is basically trying through adversity when it comes to accepting new relationships, or accepting people who want to give, because you have given so much before but never received, that you started to hold yourself back. And now it's time to put yourself out there again, and that there's like a wall still there. 22, 34, 34 on the timer. Why is the Nine of Swords here? I know that wasn't the transformation card, the Death card. Okay, that was the Devil card that showed itself but went back in. This is fear. This is false evidence appearing. These are illusions. So Neptune retrograde is definitely helping you with that. Okay. So the fact that those other cards are going in and out, and you have here Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, this was destined and fated for your path anyway. This is all part of your soul's journey. But the more you look at it from a physical aspect, which is the ego, you're always going to be out of balance. You got to bring the entire picture together, the physical and the spiritual. Because if you're just dealing with the physical, then we're only talking about Aries and Virgo, Aries to Virgo. You know? No worries, love, no worries. And then look at that. You'll have victory and success because that speaks of the 180. Mm-hmm. $180, we're away to we're out. This also feels like someone who blocks himself from love because of verbal abuse in the past. You gotta let that go. Gotta let it go, baby. Good night, my dear. Gotta let it go, baby. Okay. Let's see what's crowning this message here. Crowning this message here for the collective. This was all designed for your abundance, though. Look at that, a tower. What is the tower here? The moon card is at the bottom of the deck. This definitely feels the Empress. This definitely feels like this full moon in Capricorn affecting relationships here, bringing more clarity as to what is and what isn't, staying or going. What's the tower? What's the tower here crowning the reading? What's the tower about crowning the reading? The King of Pentacles, which speaks of a Taurus, a Pathfinder, the sacral energy, which speaks about what it is that you want, truly knowing what you want now, and realizing that you were blocking yourself from what you wanted because of past anxieties or depression when it came to a past relationship. This could have something to do with family as well. Okay. Let's see what's in the immediate future here. You're definitely gaining your strength when it comes to your self-worth, though. You have enough knowledge. You know what you must know. You know what you need to know because you felt like you were lacking what you needed. Need is to lack. You felt like you were lacking knowledge, but you have all the knowledge that you must have up to this point. It's almost like you have so much that it's time for you to apply what it is that you know. That's why this Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups, new beginnings of love, new beginnings of communication, new beginnings of thoughts, manifestation is a challenge. If you're still holding on to a past way of doing things, you're not who you used to be, and your new life definitely costs you your old one. In the immediate future, you got the Seven of Cups, a lot of options here. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Why is the Seven of Cups here for the collective? You may also be Venus and Scorpio. So when it comes to the occult, when it comes to death mysteries, it's almost like you're comfortable being in the underworld, but it's time for you to rise up from that. Why is the Seven of Cups here? the moon. Venus, moon, and Scorpio. This could be a Cancerian energy, a water sign, another water sign. So there's a lot of water energy here. Ace of Cups. Somebody has a lot of options, but they see you as the one. But because of the past, you don't trust that. So there isn't a vibrational match to this person even connecting with you. But it's definitely going to bring you happiness, though, if you allow it, if you're open and receptive. This could be a Leo. This could happen during Leo season. Or this new moon is definitely going to bring you whatever it is that you've been asking for, but you got to step into your confidence. You got to step into your confidence, which means you got to take your power back from whatever it is that you have allowed for your power to be removed from you. Why is the moon here? Moon in Leo, that's for fucking sure. New moon in Leo, definitely going to need some confidence here. Some of you have made choices out of the lack of confidence. And this is why you attracted people who were constantly harassing you because they were insecure with themselves. This is like a low vibrational water sign. Some of you were connected to a low vibrational water sign here. You got to make wiser options this time around. This is also connected to someone, going on a path in life because of a particular relationship. This could even be at home with the mother, as you do have the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, the bottom of your spread. Let's see. Your advice is to take a leap of faith. You know all you need to know. With the Hierophant and the Fool card is like just allow yourself to embrace the frequency of the flower of life, the rebirth of the flower of life. You're being helped by the divine, by source. Okay. This is also giving me a vibe that there's a high priest that knows of you. If you are a high priestess, or if someone who does readings here that knows of you, and they just know like you're just like, holding on to things that no longer serve you, and they find the shit funny, just a bit. And I feel like because you're taking the long route to allowing yourself to have this new beginning. Amethyst as well is significant. Let me see. You can definitely help you with the way you're thinking, because shoulders started getting a little tense here. Some of you are experiencing tension headaches as well. Definitely going on up and up here with water. There's a lot of water here too. Get by the water. And talk to a body of water to help you to release whatever it is that you're holding on to that can create further illusion or delusion, that won't allow you to take leaps of faith. Left ear, you know this already though. You've been hearing this quite often. But you're still dipping back into an old pattern. Yeah, we got the Nine of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Clarify this here. Why is the Hierophant here like this? Tell me about the Hierophant in this position with this smile. Five of Cups. There you go, about the Five of Cups. There you go, Scorpio again. Let's see. Yeah, put whatever this is that you know no longer serves. It's spilled over. There's nothing you can do with this. This wine, these cups that had wine in them, whatever it was that was in there, is in the sand now. Unless you're someone who enjoys eating and drinking sand, and this is no longer something that's going to fulfill you. Okay, and it's time for you to turn around to these two cups. Okay, get over that bridge. Because whatever this is, that's pulling you won't even show its face to you. So it's like, because you got the Three of Pentacles, and then this Five of Cups figure is looking at Three Cups. So this is like, a situation where somebody has so many different options. And you constantly attract people who have options. You're not someone where someone sees you, you're not an option. You're not an option. It's either they're going to see you for who you are, or they can continue on with their options. But you are not an option. You should not allowing people to treat you as such, especially if you know yourself. See, this is why it's also important that if you've had, traumatic experiences in love or in expressing your love in the past, to release that. So you're not, planting and nurturing the seed of someone who wouldn't mind being an option because they feel like that there isn't anything else but that. Some people will say, now that's not how I feel about myself, but your actions speak otherwise. Are your actions matching what it is that you're saying? Okay, so let's see what's in the environment. What's influencing this challenge here? That's in the environment for the collective. Knight of Swords, someone is coming in to communicate. Let's see about what? Oh, wanting to start something new here. Start a new foundation. What is this message coming in about? Somebody's rushing back in because they feel like you are the one that can help them build this legacy. Apparently, if you out here with all of this enlightenment and all this knowledge, but you have yet to use it, it's like somebody who knows what's up, has all of these tools, but not using them to their full advantage to get where they're asking them, wanting to go. So we have this energy here coming in with communication fairly quickly, like they're being guided towards you. They're being guided towards you for a couple of a new love. Yeah, and it fell right on top of the Fool card. So some of you gonna have to really be wise as to what it is that you're choosing, because it's gonna be more than one. Whoa. Knight of Swords is Gemini. We're speaking of the twins here. What is this about? Let me see. King of Swords. Okay, this is someone with the plan, with the strategy. They're also they're very good with their words. They're very good with their words. Okay. This is someone who knows of you. This is giving me a vibe of a person that whenever they experience something, you like relationship wise, you're constantly expressing yourself online. So now this person knows how to, move when it comes to connecting with you and what to say. Also, when meeting someone, right? This is like telling them what you expect, putting all your cards on the table, but make sure that what you're giving, you're also receiving. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to sit there and tell people or this person that you are looking to, embark on a commitment with everything about yourself, they can easily play that role. They can easily act it out because you're telling them everything. Give yourself some room to see how people are actually operating without words sometimes. Basically, building an energetic relationship, one that is both physical and spiritual. Okay? You've been on this journey long enough to be aware of that. All right, spirit guides. Yeah, so you're not sitting here in this position knowing you had the key, knowing which door you wanted to go through, but you entertain other options that are not for you. You're not an option. You're not an option. You are the only choice. When someone comes across you, beloved, you are the only choice. Look at that. The Empress. White. Card almost fell out of my hand. Let's see. Doubts and fears. I'm going to turn it around. Victory and success with what? The Six of Cups. See, as long as you're focusing on the fucking past, you're not going to have victory and success. Let it go. Why is the collective in this energy, or what is it that's influencing this? Yeah, the lack of reciprocity. That's 666 right there. King, the higher power to assist you with your choices. We got the King of Cups. This could have something to do with the lack of a connection with the Father here that's influencing this for you. So forgiving your parents, which is forgiveness for yourself to release the burden. Okay. I just smoke cigarettes, and don't nobody in here smoke cigarettes. Some of you smoke cigarettes when you are in this anxious state. That's not going to help you. Look at the things that are in them and ask yourself, is this really helping my body to, move or take action in a particular way? This is like also really handling your feelings about a situation without the external, things that you would do to mask it. You may do this constantly, but for real, sheesh. This could also be someone who used to smoke cigarettes that's always there, or you can smell that, or something. You can smell cigarettes when it's a warning to not do something. Let me see something. Look at that. The Judgment card right now is at the bottom of the deck. Cigarettes, Buckingham Palace. Not everyone is allowed in the palace, the royal palace. And then we got Father of Light. And we already read that message about living light energy. Comet Atlas. Okay, give me a second here. Comet Atlas. Part of Orion's belt. It is the brightest during April, which will be Pisces, Aries time. More like Aries, Taurus.
How to kill all mosquitoes in the area?
Not what I wanted to do. What? On that note, that's hilarious. Hold on. says a blast from the past. There's a message here about Comet Atlas, but then it's about it, but then it's speaking of a blast of the past. Your doubts and fears are connected to a blast of the past that no longer even exists. It was just that it was part of the past. To quitting. Aww. Wow. May the divine help you to release it. Because you can. And you will. You will. You sure will. Ashe. You will. You'll be able to let it go. The way to doing that is obviously you already know, getting to the root of what causes you to do it. You'll hear that often. I mean, do it though. Yeah, it's time. It's time to let that go. You're welcome. Thank you for being honest though, for real, because you could have easily kept that to yourself. So thank you. This is why Source is like, finally she said it out loud. Even if you're not talking to me face to face, you said it. You know what I'm saying? Like you are being honest with yourself. You may have said it before, but you're in this space where Source is hearing you now, where it's like, okay. So, Shay. She hears you, Source. She hears you. Ten of Swords. Putting an end to it. Yes, indeed. What is the outcome here? What is the outcome? Walking away from what no longer serves you, no matter how conflicting it is, you're going to allow Source to pull you out of it. At the bottom of the deck, it may seem like it's like, okay, I'm feeling Source pull you out of this, possibly feeling like what it would feel like to detach from any vices you may have. You know what I'm saying? So let me get some of these cards here. Because now the 10th house came out again, and this is speaking of, status, your achievements and status in the outside world, and things that are hidden, things that you yield to. Look into Hyssop. See what you're able to come up with from researching Hyssop. 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 Ashe. Tell me more about this outcome here. Look at that. Full moon is bending all the rules so that way you have the power to have this rebirth for your old life. Look at that full moon saying this is new. This life now that you're about to experience, this is new. This is new. And this new life is rushing in, little step by step, but it's rushing in. Every step is rushing in. Okay. Self-healing. This is also the room for self-healing. Okay. Can definitely work with this room while the moon is in Pisces. Because when the moon is in Pisces, the moon is a satellite, and Pisces is it's connected to Neptune, which also speaks of the energies outside of you that affect you within. So you can use this to help you heal and break free from it. Yes. Oh, be on it, boo. Sending you mad vibrations, not mad vibrations, loving vibrations, so you can release that. You feel me? I already know you. You've done it already. I'm seeing you in that space where you're like, yo, 30111 on the timer. You're like, yo, I'm finally here. You're already there. You're just aligning with it. That's what's up, though. Congratulations. Congratulations. Shit. The Destroyer. Patience. Egg cleanse. And then we have the rune of flowing water. The driving invisible force at work. Our future selves cause us from infinite past, and each night are eroded with our dreams. Passing a test, transpersonal powers. This helps with passing a test of transpersonal powers. Also helps with the mastery of emotion, prophetic wisdom, and guidance through initiation. Invisible forces at work. I mean, with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords as the challenging position cards. Oh, yeah. And it came through the strongest as a challenge and as a gift in relationships that had to do with commitment. Aww. I love you, intuitive. I appreciate you. You're going to be straight. And I look forward to it, baby. I'm telling you, people I connect to, y'all earth angels too. Y'all earth angels too. Y'all move in a different way. In a much different way. It's like we have been separated into different corners of the world. And now we're able to come back together. You know what I mean? Sacred had my eyes crying because when I would listen to that song, Sacred, yo, tears would just come down, and it came down twice. I was like, shit, can't even listen to the song without crying. The whole video too and everything. It is just right. Janelle Monáe like that. She is Sag too. Victory. You see that? Although the cards ain't here, but listen. 10 of Wands. Releasing all of those burdens. Stepping into love of self. Man. Let's see what the final message is from this deck, and I'll read it out. And we'll close. I'm more than likely will come live earlier tomorrow. We'll see. Because I'm doing a whole nother set of like summer cleaning and throwing things away. To let go. All right, what is the final message for the collective? Excuse me. Final message for the collective. Final message. I said I was going to read this. They gave me 2 cards. Ah. Reclaim your mind. Third eye vision. Third eye vision. Dark Night of the Soul. This definitely was on the other side of the deck at one point. Dark Night of the Soul and Sacred Divinity. 11:30. Life brings new meaning. There are 2 paths ahead. I'm going to read them both and then we're done. 11. Healing crisis. Life brings new meaning. The dark night of the soul is a deep-seated human experience that can be deeply traumatic, filled with sadness and melancholy. This is an incredibly trying time in the human experience, one filled with constant emotional turmoil, feelings of loss, instability, and darkness. And trying is an insult to do. Sometimes the most insignificant event can spiral an individual into a dark night experience, like the straw that broke the camel's back. Your soul has said enough is enough. It may seem as if the world may be ending, but just as night turns into day, it is a cycle of renewal. Now you are becoming more aware of the ego and how it comes into play with your emotions, your physical drive and motivation, and how others interact with you. You may feel as though you are clouded in darkness, feeling emotionally broken and helpless in your life, feeling alone and isolated, that the world is broken and lost. This lonely, dark space can be difficult to navigate if you have only a limited support network of close friends or family. Ashe. Know that at any time you can reach out and talk to someone to shift through these challenges. Right now, you may be experiencing feelings of deep depression, melancholy, and sadness, that a part of you has been lost to the world, never to be seen or heard from again. However, this is far from the truth. Nothing is ever truly lost. We just outgrow our surroundings, environment, and personal interests. Like the earth's cycle of the night, it is always darkest just before the dawn. Know that you will be emerging soon with a new lease on life and greater understanding of who you are as an individual. View this time now as a purification of the senses and spirit. View this time now as a purification of the senses and spirit. You must face hidden memories, concerns, or stories that are lying beneath the surface if you wish to emerge enlightened, forever transformed by your experience. Stop and surrender to the universe. The shadow aspect is refusal to accept change, passive aggressive, fighting for control. Sacred crystal, hematite. Angel assistance, Archangel Raguel, Raguel, which helps with conflict resolution and inner harmony. The affirmation: I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. I accept and create positive actions through the cycle of change. Number 30. And final message: sacred divinity. Honor your divinity. There are 2 paths ahead. Embracing your sacred divinity is honoring the divine feminine and masculine that resides within you. Every person shares both aspects of divinity. These are not stereotypical versions of what it means to be a female or male. The divine feminine incorporates aspects of unconditional love, compassion, and gentleness, but these are also qualities of the divine masculine. Having expanded our intelligence and consciousness, human beings are no longer critical survivalists. We have evolved and adapted as a collective group with growing intelligence and awareness. Human beings, regardless of gender, can achieve these divine qualities. Men are able to embrace these inner, gentler qualities, and women, outward qualities of strength. Connecting to our divine self is to align with the divinity of Source. Divine balance occurs when these dual aspects are in harmony within the body, resulting in the feeling of wholeness. Currently, excuse me. Currently, distortion of the divine feminine and masculine has occurred within you. You may be feeling highly analytical or overly emotional. Excuse me. Now is the time to address this issue as you are weighed down with imbalanced energies. Hold on. Sheesh. You may feel emotionally disconnected from either the masculine or feminine side. Right now, you are being asked to honor the sacred divinity that exists within you. Expressing the divine traits of creativity, expression, gentleness, confidence, and strength is what is required now. Feel the beauty and love that is uniquely you and honor it. Give yourself a special gift to remind you of this inner journey and how much you care about your divine self and well being. Connecting and creating a strong sisterhood or brotherhood is fantastic, but you must remember you radiate with energetic duality. If you find yourself ignoring or judging this side of yourself, ask yourself what you are hiding. Identify these qualities without judgment and work on healing or balancing these aspects. The shadow aspect, illogical, exploitation, oppression. The sacred crystal, White. The angel of assistance, Archangel Shamuel, which is the third chakra, helps with love, tolerance, and personal boundaries. The affirmation, I honor and respect the sacred divinity that pulses through me. I honor and respect the sacred divinity that pulses through me. I honor and respect the sacred divinity that pulses through me. Ashe, ashe, ashe. 3:13, y'all, on the clock. I will see y'all tomorrow.